Good morning, everybody. Here we are the next day. We kind of got sidetracked yesterday. We took a break from the boat winterization and worked on sanding some floors, refinishing them until almost midnight last night. So today we thought we'd continue. So we have the boat, cleaned the boat out. We have it lifted up. I have a floor jack at the back with an axle stand. I have the front axle blocked up with axle stands. I have the wheels blocked up. I have the front also blocked and locked. So that way we have we're able to put the big motor down, and we have it straight up and down so we can do our work. It's funny, just as we did that too, there was still a fair bit of water that was inside the I guess a prop hub that kind of came out too. So it's good that we did that, and we'll putter away at winterizing this. Oh, here we go. So we're working on the Mercury 90. So it's 2020. So what are we going to do today?
We're going to change everything on it. Winterization. This is the second year we've owned it. I'm going to start with doing the gear case. So the first thing we have to do, there's a washer that sits on this propeller shaft and a nut. And there's a washer here that's kind of squeezed down that you have to pry up on both sides. There's just two little tabs.
So is it a cotter pin or a washer?
It's like a washer.
Okay.
It prevents the nut from turning, I guess. So you just have to pry these two tabs up.
And then the nut can spin.
Yeah, and then you're able to
I getcha.
take a socket to it. Next thing, it's a 1 1/16 inch socket. So we're gonna put that on there and hopefully take it off. This is the washer I was talking about, so these two little tabs, you're just taking pliers afterwards and just squeezing them back. And there's a fair bit more water in there.
And we still see the water dripping over there, so. Yeah, there's still a fair bit of water, just kind of. We'll get that all cleaned up, and we'll put some new grease too on here after we do the gear oil. Just wiping down all the parts, cleaning the old grease out, and we'll put some new stuff on.
I'm just gonna take out the check plug here. I'm gonna use an impact screwdriver so I don't strip the plug. There we go. And the drain plug is down here. You can either use a 10mm socket or a flathead screwdriver.
Your oil is nice and clean, not milky at all. So just let that drain for a couple of minutes.
All right, this is the engine oil drain plug. I'm going to drain this while I'm waiting for that to drain. Sorry, I'm going to use a 5/8 wrench, and with this, you just want to loosen it just until the oil comes out. You don't want to take it out anymore, otherwise you'll wreck the threads.
Yeah, and what we do is we just have a little hose, a little piece of plastic hose that we'll put, and we'll drain that into the same container we got from the buck store again, the dollar store, and we'll put that
And there we go.
There we go. Oh, you missed the container. Yeah, so we'll just use that hose just to kind of put it into the pail. Because otherwise what happens is that oil, if you just leave it like that, it just runs right down the whole bottom end and just makes a mess everywhere. So, and you're wiping it forever. So this will take some time to do it. It's gonna go sit down and let the apprentice keep doing it. Bottom end. That works pretty good, just sticking that piece of hose on there and then letting it drain into the pan.
Pump into the drain.
Yeah, so we have a little pump that we bought that just screws into the drain.
Yep.
Then we'll just put that into the gear oil container, and that just screws on.
Okay. And we're just gonna pump the gear oil into it until it comes out of the top check plug here. I'm gonna give it an extra couple pumps so it gets rid of any air bubbles too.
Yeah, so that, what kind of gear oil is that?
High performance gear lube Merc.
They don't tell you.
It's a little more expensive.
Yeah, they don't tell you. They don't tell you what brand it is. It's,
what
does that say, $29.99?
Yep.
$29.95 for a liter, quart of that stuff, so.
Ain't cheap.
What's the capacity?
800 mils, I believe. Maybe. We'll see.
We'll come back once that's done. So there we
I'm
go.
just gonna pump it one more time.
I'm just gonna add a little more, just gonna clean out the opening.
Basically just get rid of those bubbles.
Yes. We'll get rid of the bubbles and we'll check the level to make sure that we put what we should have in there as well. This is a little tricky, unscrewing this and trying to put your finger into the hole and then put the bolt in place. So we'll just put the camera down, and we need 4 hands to do that right now. Tighten up. We're getting better at doing that. That actually wasn't too hard this year, was it?
Nope.
Well, the oil's drained, so we'll just tighten up that fitting, and then we'll go to the oil filter. Clean the prop shaft off. We're just going to put some white lithium grease on there. Gives us an extra couple of miles an hour speed, eh?
Yes, it does.
This is joking. Put it on all the parts just to stop corrosion and stop everything from seizing up. Do you have any parts left over?
Nope.
Okay. just put the washer and that safety tab and then the nut back on and torque it down to specs and we're ready to go with that. So we're just going to put a pair of channel locks on that and scrunch the safety tabs back around that nut.
Just like that.
Perfect. That and good old American made. This filter, normally when you take the filter off you get the oil in it. Everything's spilling all over the place, but I actually put a nice little catch pan underneath it with another little drain underneath, so if you get any oil dripping you can just drain it into this pan. But way to go, US. Was the motor made in the United States or is it?
I think it's made in Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, okay.
I can't grip that.
Here.
Because I have grease all over my head.
Okay, so the filter's off. We'll just kind of let that drain just a little bit. We'll put the new one on. I think actually maybe when we have the filter off right now, just so we have the extra room, we got a new fuel filter, so maybe we'll just keep that space and we'll change that guy. I think it's just look, compression tabs, I think, holding that in, eh? Mm-hmm. So we got the old fuel filter off and we're going to put the new one on. So it's kind of funny. I thought they were kind of compression things, but they're these little push buttons here. So you push that down on each side and just basically pull the fuel filter out. So what the one on this side here is basically underneath. So we used our little mirror and just kind of got underneath and a pick and just kind of push that tab in. So we'll put the new one in back in.
Okay, put a little bit of oil on the gasket. The old one's not on there.
I'll just do that one hand tight.
That's fine.
Here we're just adding the 10W30 Merc marine grade oil. Takes 5.2 liters. Check the dipstick.
It's a third up on the dipstick right now.
Just greasing up all the steering points. We're just going to fog the cylinders here now. So we have 4 plugs to remove. The top 3 are okay. It's this bottom guy down here that's kind of a tough one to get. So. They don't give you a lot of room for that number 4 cylinder, do they?
Nope.
Hey, we have the can of fogger. We're just going to put a flexible hose on it and kind of bend it around the corner and spray it in that cylinder. I think that's all. I think we might just have to vacuum out the boat just to get rid of some of the gravel that's in there, and it's ready to go. Put the cowling back on, clean it up, and maybe once it's like this, I'll lower it. I'm just going to check underneath to make sure all the bunks, all the U-shackles and everything are, bolts are fastened and nothing's broken underneath there. Check. The boat's all done. We also just greased the wheel bearings and I checked all underneath the bunks. and everything else in that, and the tongue, and all the bolts are still in working condition, and the lights still work. So anyway, the boat, we'll move it out of the shop here tomorrow, and we'll put it in the other garage. I'll have to stay there until probably beginning of April or so. We'll see you on the next video.